Diane comes in just after lunch with paperwork and pamphlets for me. She hands me another little bag.
Just a little something to help you stay incognito until you are finished healing.
Thank you for everything. There's a round hat in the bag. How do I look? I ask as I model them for her. She giggles at my poses.
You're a star, darling.
Maybe she isn't so bad after all. She gives me a gentle hug and sends me on my way. I have another 2 hours before I need to start prepping dinner. I decided to take my new clothes to my room and clean up the mess down there before this. Something smells different as I walk down the hallway of the dungeon. Like a cleaning solution. I turn on my lamp to find the room has been transformed. My lamp is not sitting on an old stack of milk crates. It is on a nightstand. There is a new bed, too. My old cot is gone. I have a proper mattress, complete with new sheets and blankets. There is also a small desk and chair with all my school books arranged in a basket next to it. I must be dreaming. That, or I walked into someone else's room by accident. Except, no one else lives down here. You can barely tell it was an old dungeon cell. It looks like what I imagine a dorm room would look like. I peek out of the doorway to make sure I am in the right place. I seem to be. I walk over and sit carefully on the bed, as though it will disappear if I move too fast. It is like a cloud. The gray and turquoise linens are fresh and new. There are even 2 pillows. I never had a proper pillow before, let alone 2. As far as I know, Diane is the only one who came down here while I was in the hospital. Could she have had all this done? Surely she will get in trouble when Alpha Edward finds out. Then I remember she doesn't know how much the Alpha hates me. I don't know how I'm going to explain it when he finds out. But I won't tattle on anyone for trying to help me either. I put my new clothes away in the drawers of the nightstand. I stash the duffel bag under the mattress. Once I am 17, I will figure out a way to get out of this place. Find a new pack that will accept a violet-eyed weakling of a wolf. I sit at the desk and write a thank you letter to the doctor and Nurse Diane. I turn in the chair to look around my new room. I am in awe that someone would do this for me. I must have been daydreaming, because I didn't hear the door at the top of the stairs. Instantly, I freeze. I hear 2 sets of footsteps coming down the hall. I can smell Alpha Edward's scent getting closer. I don't know who the other scent belongs to. Instinctively, I scramble and stand in the middle of the room just as they get to the doorway. He leans against the frame and crosses his arms. I can feel my whole body tremble as he stares. My eyes are glued to the ground. I do not want him to see my new eye color shining through. Can I help you, Alpha Edward?
That little stunt you pulled cost me a lot of money. And when you cost me money, you cost my whole family money.
I am sorry, sir. I apologize, although I have no idea what stunt he is talking about. I look up just enough to see Marcy, the Alpha's daughter, is also standing in the doorway. Marcy takes a step closer, and I can feel tears starting to sting the corners of my eyes as my arms shake uncontrollably. How am I gonna face her at school? I haven't had a conversation with her since her mom made me live in the dungeon anyway. But as far as I know, she had no idea I live down here now. She is going to tell everyone for sure.
And do you know how disgusting the food has been for the past 2.5 days?
I just nod, still looking at the ground. I'm not trying to argue with a lunatic. It isn't my fault I had to have surgery. He's the one who broke a bottle and threw me into the broken pieces. If he hadn't, I would have been just fine. I would have been able to bounce back the next day and make breakfast like I was supposed to, even if I was banged up. There is a pause and he finally growls,
Where did all this furniture come from? Did you steal it?
No, sir. It was here when I got back from the hospital wing. I don't know who brought it.
You owe me, Talia. You also owe whoever turned your room into this comfortable space. You'll work in the pack house until you pay back every cent, for the rest of your life if necessary. No more school. You don't need education to cook and clean.
He uses his alpha tone. I cannot disobey. With those words, the small flame of hope in my heart extinguishes. I don't get paid, so I don't know how I could ever pay back any debt. Luna Layla told me years ago that the room in the dungeon was payment enough for my services. I am less than an Omega now. I am a slave.
Marcy, teach her a lesson for wasting our money.
Yes, Alpha.
Tears stream down my face as the reality of my fate sets in. Alpha Edward is passing the torch of his cruelty down to his daughter, but I know better than that. He will never stop. Marcy reaches forward and claps the back of my neck. She forces me down into a bowing position and growls deeply.
You should be grateful my father doesn't banish you. If you were a rogue, I would make sure you never made it to the border of the territory.
A squeak escapes my throat. I am so scared I feel like I'm going to pass out. Marcy turns to her father.
Don't worry, Alpha. I've got the situation covered.
I hear Alpha Edward's footsteps walk back down the hallway as he leaves the dungeon. Marcy tightens her grip on my neck, extending her wolf claws, making me yelp. As soon as the door slams, Marcy releases my neck and kneels in front of me. Her face is contorted with anger. She grabs my shoulders, shaking me roughly.
What did you do to make him so mad?
Why isn't she doing anything to me like she told Alpha Edward she would? I stiffened my whole body, avoiding eye contact with her. I'm shaking. I can't even speak now. The thought of two people doing something bad to me regularly for the rest of my life, it just can't be real. Can it? How can the moon goddess allow this to happen? I want to leave the world. That's not an exaggeration. That's not me being dramatic. Please, moon goddess, don't let this happen. Just let me go. I shake so badly that I fall to my knees. I start to sob hysterically and my brain shuts down from being able to think rationally. Marcy grabs my chin and forces me to look at her in her cold gray eyes. She looks at me in horror for a moment.
What happened to your eyes?
She moves her hands up from my chin to just below my eyes. It feels like her hands are trembling against my face.
Are you a mixed blood or something?
All I can manage is to shake my head no between sobs. As I shake my head, I feel her starting to press her thumbs against my lower eyelids, obstructing my vision. Oh no, she's gonna poke my eyes out. She saw the violet color. She was going to blind me. I place my hands on top of her, trying to push her away. I hear myself screaming, "No, stop! Don't take my eyes out, please!" For just a moment, time freezes. I don't mean like it feels like time is standing still because I'm in the middle of a traumatic situation. No, time is frozen. Well, frozen for everything except for me, I should say. I can feel it in the air. It only lasts for a moment. I pulled Marcy's hands away from my face easily. The look of anger combined with confusion is stuck on her face. Next to her, a fly is suspended in midair. The second hand on the clock has stopped on the wall behind her. Drips of water aren't finished falling, leaving umbrella-shaped splashes in the puddles on the floor. What? Did the moon goddess hear me? Did she have mercy on me? Did she let my dream come true? I look back at Marcy with wide eyes. My hands are glowing purple. As quickly as it stopped, time started again. Marcy starts screaming and pushes herself away from me. The tops of her hands where my hands were touching her were burnt. I look down at my hands. They are normal again, not glowing purple. Seriously though, what happened? I shut my eyes tight, waiting for Marcy to retaliate.
If you tell anyone, I will kill you,
she says in my ear. Then she punches me in the stomach, knocking the air out of my lungs. I hear her footsteps running down the hall, then out the door. I don't know how long I sit like this, but when I finally open my eyes, I breathe a sigh of relief. I lean against my body for a while longer, sobbing, shaking and trying to catch my breath. She didn't harm me. Surely she was coming back. I sniffed the air, but her scent is gone. I listened carefully, but there were no sounds in other parts of the dungeon. I'm alone. Moon Goddess, thank you for saving me. Thank you. I say out loud, just in case the miracle I just experienced was because of her. I feel exhausted, but starting to feel calmer. Okay, Talia, focus. I need to make dinner for the pack or Alpha Edward will find me and kill me. I don't think it's an exaggeration either. Even if I tried to run away, either he or Marcy would find me before I could get off the territory. I take a few deep breaths and make myself go down the hall to wash up at the sink. I splash cold water on my face and look in the grungy mirror. Both of my eyes are pure violet now. The silver streaks are starting to take over my hair now. It isn't like an old person's hair. It is silvery that almost shimmers, even in the low light of the dungeon. So weird. There's no way I'm going to be able to get used to this new look. I go back to my room and get dressed in the loose cotton gown and round hat that Diane gave me, pulling the brim low to hide my eyes. Throughout dinner I received murderous glares from Alpha Edward. I make sure to keep my eyes to the floor so Alpha Edward would avoid seeing the color. Marcy glares at me every chance she gets. After dinner it takes longer than usual to stock the pantries, because whoever did it while I was in the hospital had no idea what they were doing. It is well after midnight when I flop down on my bed and close my eyes. June 20th, I think to myself. It's the last day of school. Well, for other people anyway, not me. You don't need the education to cook and stock pantries. Alpha Edward's words ring in my ears. Just another day for me, I suppose. I wallow in self-pity for a bit before I roll over and try to fall asleep. I'm almost asleep when I hear a woman's voice.
Hello?
I quickly scramble to my feet, looking everywhere for who it could be. I'm the only one in the room. I peek into the hallway and look around, but no one is there either. Hello? I whisper loudly down the hallway.
Ugh, Talia. This is no way for a warrior to behave. Get yourself together.
The voice chides. I realize the voice is coming from inside my head. Who are you? I ask hesitantly, worried that I've gone insane.
I am the messenger of the Moon Goddess, the whisperer to the moon. But I like you, so I'll let you call me Sylvie.
Whisperer of the moon. Are you my angel, Sylvie?
Maybe. Who knows?
You came a day too late. Our Alpha just turned me into a slave less than 12 hours ago. We have no way to escape now. I feel tears welling up. I explain everything to her, what the Alpha did, how the Luna made me live in the dungeon, all of it. I sob through the whole thing.
I'm here now, Talia. Don't worry. You are a child of the Moon Goddess. You are a warrior, which means that you are strong. You will get through this.
Sylvie, earlier, when my hands turned purple and burned Marcy, was that you?
Sort of. That was you, but I helped a little to activate your power. I can explain more later.
The next month and a half are the worst of my life. Thank Goddess for Sylvie. She keeps me going. Any motivation I ever had is gone now. Instead of just breakfast and dinner, now I make lunch too, and I'm still on pantry duty. Every moment of my day is filled with work. From the time I wake up, Sylvie convinces me to enjoy the time that she and I get to spend together, which is when I'm cooking meals. I find I do enjoy cooking while Sylvie is with me. No one comes to bother me. So, we get to have great conversations without interruptions. In the end, I have created something people will enjoy. I even found a couple of recipe books in the back of one of the kitchen cupboards and taught myself some new techniques and dishes to make. Everything else in my life is complete hell. Alpha Edward allows pack members to bully me and verbally mock me, and they take full advantage at every opportunity. He comes to my room multiple times a week to harm me and berate me for imaginary offenses I haven't committed. Sometimes Marcy comes and watches, A couple of times she even gets the whip for her father, but she never actually does anything bad to me. I swear I see her smiling while she watches. Sylvie tries to convince me to fight back, but that would be a death sentence. If I fight back, or even worse, if I shift, I'm certain I'd be dead. Sylvie keeps telling me everything will change when I shift. She keeps saying, "You are a daughter of the moon goddess, and you are her warrior." She is frustrated that I submit instead of fighting back. She is angry at me for keeping her a secret. She says doing so is making her weaker. Okay, Sylvie, a couple of problems with all of this. I try to tell her for the millionth time after we plop in. First, I have no idea when I'm going to be able to let you help me to shift. I'm up and working every day from 5 a.m. until after midnight. Secondly, if the Alpha finds out I'm talking to someone in my head, he might think I've gone nuts and he will banish me. Or maybe just skip banishing me and straight out kill me. Lastly, I'm a slave, not a warrior. I am not even an Omega.
Talia, you are not just a warrior. You are a child of the moon goddess. She is your mother.
Okay, I don't know when I can let you help, but at the first opportunity I will take it, Sylvie. I promise. This seems to satisfy her. We keep having the same argument about werewolves all being children of Moon Goddess versus being an actual child of the Moon Goddess. She doesn't understand the difference. I think she believes the Moon Goddess is my mom, like, in the literal sense of the word mother. Every day I'm completely exhausted by the time I get back to my room. It's an even longer day if I'm visited by Alpha Edward. Sylvie has been the best friend I could ask for, even if she is frustrated and getting weak. She is always supporting me and pushing me to not give up. I feel guilty that I can't support her in return.
Hey, I'm Marcy. If you're wondering what happens next, download the Pocket FM app now and listen to the exciting episodes of The Alpha's Bride.